Hello, I'm Delitas and welcome to Possessed No More Room in Hell reaction video. So this is the new song from the upcoming album from them that's coming out in March 10th. After the last album that was released in '68, they're back. This band pretty much coined the term death metal, and depending on who you ask, released the first death metal album, Seven Churches. They were very important death metal, of course, along with Death and also Necrophagia, the band that people sometimes forget to mention. But to me, if you ask me if that's the first death metal album, Seven Churches, I'd say something like, well, yes, but actually no, you know? It's kind of like, depends on who you ask. It's still a little bit too trashy for me to consider it the first death metal album. But when it comes to like Death and Necrophagia, that's hands down death metal. That's why I'm kind of like, not really too sure if I would call it the first death metal album, but they definitely did coin the term death metal with their song Death Metal. But they're back, man. I like how these bands from the 80s and 90s are coming back, like At the Gates and now Possessed. I like that. Before we get started, I already did a reaction to this, but I ran out of the fucking space on my phone on which I record, so this won't be a reaction really, but it's gonna be more of a review, because I heard it now. But still, I'll try to talk more about the song and what I like about it than just the first reaction. But yeah, we'll see. Let's go. I like how it just starts out crazy with death metal. Like, you know what this is gonna be, man, just from the start. It's gonna be old school death metal.
When there's no one left to tell, God died for Satan's burn. When the churches burn to dust, and the demons rise again. When the words all turn to rust, then that long earth is real. When the fires never quench, and the worm it never dies. When nasty teeth are clenched, and the mouths are filled with lies. When the churches burn to dust, and the demons rise again. When the words all turn to rust, then that long earth is real. I'll bring you pain, fire and hell, forever into the flames. Sacrifice to the down.
This fucking riff is probably the best riff in the song, man. It's so fucking brutal, man. I fucking love it. Just screams that brutal death metal, man. That's a glorious riff, man.
To hell, the night devours. Today see the candle burn. I will show the way. Like a plague of hell for death that steals the.
Then they just repeat the verse and this part again, so I'm gonna skip over that since I already heard it. Since I don't wanna waste your time, because it's not a first time reaction.
See the candle burn. I will show the way.
The guitar work, man, it's amazing throughout this song. Maybe the first verses aren't too crazy, but in this section, man, the guitar is amazing. Also can hear that he tries to make her, that also can hear that he makes the vocals a little bit lower to fit with the guitar. That's great. But yeah, the guitar riffs are incredible, man. They really came out with this song giving zero fucks, man. And I love it. Back to form. And this section really reminds me of Swedish death metal, like Entombed and stuff, because it's slow, and it's because it's slow, you know. They stop kind of the song for a little bit, and that's great for pacing. You don't want the whole song to be just blast beats, you know. The fucking solo, man, that is fucking sick, man. Anti-arpeggio and stuff, and it sounds to me like it's neoclassical. Reminds me of kind of like Children of Bodom, but more brutal, and it's fucking sick, man. It sounds evil. I don't know why at this section the vocals remind me of Lemmy from Motorhead. I don't know, they just remind me of it. Like, maybe just the vocal lines combined with these vocals kind of sound similar to Lemmy, but that might just be me.
Up from below, taking control. That's the Yamaha. Demon rising. No more room in hell. Angels crying. No more room in hell.
This is a great fucking song, man, to come back to, you know? Great comeback. Like, it's an old school death metal song with great fucking guitar work, with arpeggios, great fucking solo. Man, I love the guitar work and guitar sound. It's incredible. Maybe the first two verses weren't that special, but the rest of the song is pretty fucking sick in my opinion. And hopefully the rest of the songs from this album are gonna be on this level, because this is a pretty great level in my opinion. So hopefully more songs like this. And yeah, alright, I like the vocals. They aren't too harsh, but I still like them. They fit. But you know what would be fucking brutal? If they had Martin van Drunen from Asphyx and Pestilence on the vocals, man. That would be fucking brutal in my opinion. Love his vocals. But anyways, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, please, channel, check out my Patreon. Peace.